Hey everyone, this is Louis7, and today I am streaming the Lord of the Rings Online, doing something a little bit different because I need to prepare, and I need to mute that. I need to prepare for the Update 32 Angle of Let's see. I have heard it is pronounced as Mitheithel, so Angle of Mitheithel, rather. So that is something I'm going to have to work on getting used to, but if anybody that is more familiar with the pronunciation of that type of stuff has thoughts on that or knows if that is correct, please do let me know. Okay, so with this character, he is level 22, and the Angle of Mitheithel is supposed to be level 40 to 45. I actually have not confirmed the level of the mobs and the accuracy of that level range, but I believe that is what Standing Stone Games actually said the level range is. I just know there is kind of similar range. I thought there was similar range stuff going on, at least with the Wildwood, which turned out to be level 45. Everything, as in, yeah, everything was level 45 there. And hello, Hunsu. Let's see, YouTube is mad at me for something. Audio bitrate is 0. There should be audio. When it came up, I heard myself echoing. Yep, it looks like audio is working. Oh well. Okay, so that totally distracted me. So yeah, I need to really organize this character, it looks like. I was not quite ready for that. And you will probably notice I am on my champion. I mentioned he's level 22, so quite a bit of leveling to go, but I am not 100% sure that I actually want to do all of this on my champion. I know it's a class that I have, at least historically, gotten somewhat bored playing it after a long while, so I'm not sure how long I can stay interested in this character, and I want to have a character to level, play through, quest through the zone on level, not like way over leveled. So I have a long way to go, but the good news is I have some backup characters or even backup ideas for characters that I can take through something like that. That would include towards the top of my list that I just in general be considering, hey, I can actually equip this and it's an upgrade. This character could use some gear, but it's not that big of a deal. If I actually run into difficulties questing with whatever gear I have on, then that is more of a me problem and less of the gear problem. Let's see, any other upgrades? That's what I'd be curious on. Yeah, that bracelet's actually a pretty sizable upgrade since it has all that vitality. Oh, so much crafting stuff that I don't really need or particularly want at this point. I never planned for this, but it seems like my streams always have to start with some organization. Okay, so I think I can finally get my VIP reward so we can work on maybe tossing a whole bunch of junk into my vault, which is absolutely empty, so that is actually a good thing. We'll just start filling the main chest with all my random cosmetics. Now, I do have some different cosmetics that I want to put in chest 10. The different cosmetics are the ones that will disenchant of figments, because each character that I make gets, I think it's 4 black keys I get for free. So I just opened 4 chests, and it looks like I went ahead and did that on this character at level 20. Some characters I decide to wait till the level cap, but that is not realistic for all but one of my characters, at least at the moment. So looks like I did do that. I also don't know exactly which cosmetic I'm using. I'd like to get something that fits the sort of Trollshazi Iragian look. That was another consideration for why I wanted to do this character. He's an elf, and I feel like the Mitheithel would be best to do on an elf or most thematic. That is going to be bound to me. I don't really care about those reclamations. I guess I would do essence reclamation, then try to send that to a character, but then it might be bound to this one. Here, we can investigate that. I should have a Flame of Encalamir, so we will not show again. Because resulting stack is too large. This action failed because the resulting stack is too large. Alright. Shift click, that is how you split those. I don't know if that's the reason. Okay, yes, I can do one at a time. This does not seem to have any sort of bound property. So that actually makes me curious. Actually, on this server, this character is on an ore, so on this server, the auction house is probably very inactive. But yes, you can actually sell those, and 2 people are actually selling them on this server. That's pretty crazy. I would definitely rather sell that. If I could actually sell that, if I could even sell it for 10 gold, that would be much more use than I would get out of it, I think. I was going to send it to an alt. Maybe I'll put it if there's room in my shared storage. Oh yes, there's plenty of room in my shared storage. We'll put important stuff at the top. That is my general idea of shared storage. Have a bunch of festival tokens if we ever get good festival cosmetics again. Might as well put this. This is disenchantable. Disenchantable. Probably go ahead and put that in chest 9. Wow, I can disenchant a lot of those. Okay, was there anything else I could disenchant? Steed of the Unearthed Kingdom. Well, if I play this character a lot, it would be neat to have a fancy steed, but I have no idea what it looks like. So I have to look. Hopefully there's an image online of it. Okay, so the Steed of the Unearthed Kingdom looks to be a little bit busy to me. The war steed, if you could turn off, it has a little lantern behind it, it looks like. From the LOTRO wiki image, which is also very high contrast, hard to see. Without that lantern, I could probably use it, but I feel like that would end up annoying me. So I am undecided on the steed. I'll just leave it there. Okay, we need to go back to a regular vault. We'll do 3 columns. 1 vault. It's very nice you can resize those, because whatever default size it comes up with with the vault and shared storage, it tends to always be like way too big. Okay, so reputation stuff, I will put that in chest 7, I guess. Eastham net cloaks, that'll be cosmetics for this character. A relics bundle, that is basically a useless thing, so I will put it up there. Skirmish enlistment, definitely want that. Let's see, this is all cosmetic stuff. Is this stuff bound? Consumed on use. Do I have cosmetic stuff anywhere here? Sort of. I have cosmetics type stuff in chest 10. I guess I can put more dyes there. I forget which character I started storing dyes on one of my characters, but I honestly just forget which at this point. Okay, don't need any of those. We're working our way through this inventory. Alright, earlingas, don't need that. All these cloaks I don't need. I can, if I'm interested, I can open these bundles later. Now, one thing I might do is the Minas Morgul. I believe I should have a Minas Morgul Ultimate Fan Bundle. Yes, doing some long way to go to actually be prepared for Mitheithel, but starting with actually organizing my character so I can feel like I can like actually play him. I have a lot of gold on this character and I have no idea how. Probably sent it, but it's still interesting to me how I accumulated so much. Okay, I have a bunch of premium boosts that I really don't need on a low-level character like this, so I will stick them in my... Well, plus 95 max power, that's really like a small amount. Enhanced XP, I could consider boosting this character's XP, but in general, I don't like to do that, so I can do full playthroughs of zones without way over leveling them. Even on a Nor, I have found that it was true with my Hunter at least. I tended to over level stuff. But another consideration is I do have quite a few XP boosts at this point. I think I have 3 of them equipped. No, I actually have 4 of them. Or I could have 4 of them if I find my Minas Morgul thing. I actually don't know where that... I should... As far as I know, I should get that on every character now. I could just be missing it in my inventory. Here, I will try... Because my inventory was full, I will actually try relogging this character. And if that doesn't work, I will do /reclaim, which will be a little bit of a nightmare, but it'll get me what I need, ideally. Also realized I had the light behind me on, but with all these lights in front of me on, I do not need that now. Oh yeah, so I was mentioning other characters. Minstrel would be the top choice for something I already have and could level up, but I was also considering, yeah, here's a whole bunch of new stuff. Wow. So we do have Fate of Gundabad stuff, which honestly those cosmetics, they just don't work too well with me. Okay, we'll put a weapon aura on. With the long blade of the spear, that actually looks pretty neat. Go ahead and make myself a little bit more OP. Sealed relics, don't really need those for anything. Okay. I actually wouldn't mind, this is going to create a mess, but I would not mind opening that one. And actually the Empowering Ring of the High Elves is just straight worse than both of those. I guess I could sell that. It feels wrong to sell something like that, but there we go. And then we have the Thunder weapon aura. So which weapon aura looks better? They both look pretty interesting. I will go with the Dead City, because that glow is kind of nice. And then put the Thunder on my sword instead. I hope y'all really don't mind me going through all this stuff. I have been here for, what, 15 minutes or so? 10-15 minutes? This earring can be disenchanted, so I have to... Here, I'm going to put this on my skill bar, F2. And then we'll go shared storage. Since it can be disenchanted, I will... This here... Yes, I am blinging up my character. I need him to look as best as possible. So I am tentatively planning on going into the North Downs to level this character. And I cannot go there looking bad. Okay, so we have Armor of Gundabad Reclaim. We're not interested in that. We have Armor of the Great Alliance or Armor of the Dead City. Dead City sounds much more exciting. So I already have actually a couple decent outfits. I don't consider all those outfits that bad. I keep forgetting I have all 8 outfit slots, and that's just not used to that, basically. Ooh, that's kind of neat. It's kind of neat, but something that's not for me. But that is basically the story of cosmetics. It's very, I guess, personal, subjective. We could go with that just for something different. Until I find something a little bit more thematic. Probably would not use the cloak unless it looks really bad without the cloak. I would ideally find some other back item. I really don't know what would go well with a champion. If they had I don't know, a back item full of swords or something. I can check the outfitter. Just because I'm not familiar with what the options even would be, we can go to... Oh, there's an outfitter down here. And I will just have to remind myself what they have. So we have Outfitter.
Can I do for you today?
Going back. I could also look at the skirmish camp. There's some more interesting things there. I use that way too much on something like my Warden. This day pack would absolutely not go with this outfit, but I really like the day pack, so having it as an option would not be bad to me. It also looks ugly, not dyed. Can you actually dye the Minas Morgul? Oh wow, you can. It looks really evil in kind of the maroonish color that it is right now. I wonder something like, is there a teal? Let me go mount. Yeah, turquoise. I don't like that yellow. Looks very like a very neon yellow. Sea blue. That would sort of match the glow of the shoulders. Alright, so other cosmetics would be... No, he's this guy. Membes. Okay, so we have cosmetic clothing. That is actual clothing, cosmetic items. There's the adventurer's hat. The only thing about hats is they kind of mess up your character's hair. Straw hat. I actually need to make a character where the straw hat would work. Straw hat and maybe something like the cooking trappings, cook's trappings. I just don't think I could quest in that. Top hat. Fisher's backpack. Yeah, the straw hat and the fisher's backpack. That would be the outfit. Huh. I've never actually looked into dyeing that. Alright, I will probably not go with any of those. I'll have to think about cosmetics. I wonder if there's a mount that goes with this. And if there is, did I either put it up or just not get to it? I thought there was a mount that went with it, but... Or maybe I already have it. Ah, yes, so we need... Steed of the Dead City would match this one. What was the one I just replaced? Elder? Just so I have it there. Also want to make sure this character is an explorer and able to explore in North Down, so it does look like I am able to. Alright, next up we have Vault again, and I'm going to put all these cosmetics right back in here. So try to do this while I am traveling, just so I can make some progress after spending way too long getting this character somewhat fancy looking and all that. Everything I can put in there as far as I'm concerned. Even the backpack, I'll know I have the day pack and I'll just have to try to find it. I also have a second Flame of Encalamir, don't need two of those. Wrong one. Okay, now I believe I am actually ready to go. I have a lot of different items in my inventory, but they're mostly crafting stuff, which I'll probably continue stacking over time, so I'm not too worried about those. Okay, so questing in North Downs. I actually forget the book quests for North Downs, I think, start with book 3. If I remember correctly. So volume 1, book 3 would be Forward Fires in the North, which would start at Oscaruth, but then chapter 1, Ranger of the Field, starts with Halbarad. And that is going to be in Estelden at level 30. So if I want to go through those book quests, which I have It's been a long while since I've done the North Downs one, so my tentative plan with this character, assuming I, one, keep going with him, and two, it actually like works out, is to go through all of the North Downs quests, because it has been quite a while since I have done actually all of them. And that does include going back to Fornos to do all the book quests and just see where that leads and where that gets me relative to level 40-ish. I do not expect to actually get level 40, but I'd be curious how close it gets me. Also, do I have to? I will go ahead and manually travel to Trestle Bridge. I have a lot of Mithril coins, but if it were a swift travel, I would consider taking that, but with it not being a swift travel, I can just ride there on my own, mostly on auto run the whole time. I'm also curious if what spec I will mostly play. In general, in terms of gameplay, I do prefer the red line over the yellow, even if the yellow definitely has speedier potential. Also, I got a ton of tracking. And Virtue XP. Do we still have a Virtue XP thing going on? We do not. So what is that disease? 2 minutes. Wow. This outfit honestly just feels wrong for a character this low level. Feels way too fancy. Like, it makes me feel like this character has gone through Mordor, Minas Morgul, and all that stuff. And now I'm randomly coming back to Bree to scare everybody. Oh wow, I have a lot of barrow iron. Which might come in handy because I am considering doing a really long crafting adventure on one of my characters on the server. So my main warden is a woodworker, but the problem is that is my highest level character and basically the only character I'm doing high level questing on the server. And I would really like for my main character that I'm out and about on the most to be an explorer so I can gather everything, because I have an obsession with gathering stuff. So I am considering changing the character from a woodworker to an explorer, and ideally mastering all the gathering aspects of it as well. So that would take a lot of resources and perhaps a lot of time farming resources, especially on this server where I'm not sure how well populated the auction house would be. Something I can look at, can browse. So if we just look at crafting, we'll just do resources. There are 4 pages of resources, it looks like. There are some ores, a lot of the new zone woods, Thornholt. That's actually a really good price for silver ore. I feel like I should consider going ahead and buying that just because it's a good price. The ancient iron I have found, at least on Arkenstone, can at least be pretty hard to get. But anyway, that's the state of the crafting resources on Anor right now. Curious if there's like any heavy armor. There's some. None for my level. How about jewelry? Am I still going the right way? Yes. Wanted to make sure I did not take a turn into Wildwood. Speaking of Wildwood, somewhat unrelated to Wildwood is tomorrow I'll say I should have a video on Angle of Mitheithel, doing a similar like exploration video. What did I call it? A journey video through the zone, just like running through it in talking about what I see. I do not have a necklace, but that necklace is like, it's only 50 silver, but I'm just so like stingy, so cheap. I don't want to buy it. Like that ring would actually be a really big upgrade, but do I need the upgrade? Yes, I do. That is my answer. Okay, so I can spend 50 silver for the crit version or 50 silver for the non-crit version. Hopefully nobody else wants that. Also, we have an intruder. Yeah, I also think it will be worth switching to Explorer. The thing with Woodworker is it's useful to make the Warden figurine things, whatever they're called. And something else, Battle Hymns maybe? Or is that, does Explorer make that? Taylor make that? Okay, so while the cat is getting apparently much needed attention, I will try to play one-handed and get some quests. And the Dead City cosmetic, is it still available? I believe it. I actually don't know. As far as I know, Menace Morgul is still on the LOTRO market, but it might be taken off soon. But I'm not 100% sure on that. Menace Morgul Ultimate Fan Bundle, which is where the Dead City cosmetic is from, might be taken off actually. It might no longer be available. So, yeah. One thing I'm curious on is if I can get a return to Trestle Bridge thing from these guys. I believe most of the rewards are not account bound. Would this guy have it? Yeah, there's return to Trestle Bridge. So I have a lot of the Marks of the Wild, but I don't have Acquaintance Standing. And as far as I am aware, do these give reputation for that? I actually do not know. I don't think these give reputation for like the woodcutters. Now, yeah, it doesn't look like there's a way I can get the port at this low level, basically. And it requires level 40 to use. Felipe, the server I am playing on is Nor. These are the ones that are not account bound. It would be so much nicer if the barter currency for missions was account bound. I believe a lot of the rewards are bound to account anyway. Oh no, these are actually bind on acquire, but still they're, I don't know. Let's see, level 30. That's not horrible. Level 20. Still not horrible. I just don't think it's worth getting gear. It's my loom at 100%. Oh. I have no idea. Oh, bloom. It is... Bloom intensity. Yes, it is at 100%. I could turn it up to 200%. That actually is too much. Oh, 0. That looks weird without bloom here. Feels a lot less warm. Yeah, the Wildwood missions are generally long. The one quick one we could actually test is Falfang, but yeah, since I can't get a port anyway, I will not do that. Is that a shared storage one? That is. Okay. Did I get... How am I doing on quests? I need to get rid of all those, get rid of that, and get started on this.
You startled me.
I used to be so excited, like as soon as a character would get level 20, I would be so excited to do the skirmish tutorial and get like skirmishes started, but honestly nowadays with LOTRO I very rarely run skirmishes. Sometimes I could be in the mood to. My cat is currently rattling the microphone. Wait, oh, there's a skeleton one. That's probably what I would do. What's the other one would it be? Oh, Minute Bree. Yeah, I'm actually maxed out on Minute Bree, so whatever rep. I want to get a skeleton rep. Okay. Moving on, what do I need to do? Oh yeah, search Trestle Bridge. We gotta find like all these burnt spots or something. Or black powder. Close enough. And I have to try to do that. One-handed currently. I cannot reach the delete key right now. I am not on Arkenstone, I am on Anor right now. In general, if I am playing a low-level character, it will be on Anor. I actually had the cat rubbing against the microphone. It was probably in one of my recent videos. I did not realize how loud it was. Nobody ever said it like, or people would say it didn't really bother them, but for me it was a little bit of an annoying noise. Okay. Well, it'd be easy to pick me out, I feel like, if you are in Trestle Bridge. I look like I came straight from Minas Morgul. Okay, so we have bring the powder to Captain Trotter. There he is. Whoa. Oh, are you? I think she was hitting an arrow key.
What do you need? Would you do something for me?
She really does just know when I have the microphone down and it's stream time that it's time to get all the attention and get a whole bunch of cat fur on my desk. Okay, yes, these are the quests that I'm used to. I just don't remember those intro quests. Or yeah, I actually do remember that. Somewhat. I don't know, maybe it was a somewhat recent edition that you had to actually look at the black powder, but I don't know. Oh my. I don't know if y'all can see this, but there's like tons of fur on the pop filter, which is what's always rattling, but I honestly don't know how much the pop filter even helps. So I might try something and just take it off. I think there is, for the microphone I have, probably a better one if I really wanted to. A better one I could get anyway. There's cat fur everywhere. Yeah, she also does... Oh, this is so weird. But she does also like showing you all the cat butt. So Jigsaw, you only need like 200 pounds. Okay, I was wondering if you meant... what are those, like British pounds? If you meant that currency. Or LP, so it looks like LP. Either this character is strong or those gear upgrades really were helpful. Wow. How am I doing so much damage? Or are things just this easy to kill in LOTRO now? Has it been so long since I played a non-Treebeard character at this level that I forget how quick things die? That would be a benefit of preparing for Mitheithel. Mitheithel. It's so easy for me to say ul instead of l, even if it is. As far as I know, at least, it's more of an l sound at the end rather than an ul. That's actually not that much LOTRO points. I think I saw you talking in my Discord how expensive transferring is in LOTRO, and that is true. It is, as far as I know, pretty expensive. And one of the things I really wish with transfers is that there would be some sort of bulk transfer discount. Like if you wanted to transfer every character on a server, there was some sort of flat fee, or maybe they could put a maximum in place, like for all characters, for example, something like $50. Or $50 is the maximum that a transfer could cost you. I'd also be curious what would happen if they opened up free transfers between all the servers for like 1 week. How that would redistribute the population, if it would have much of an impact or what. I believe there are things I have to do at this camp. I really am just like currently in a stunned phase of how much damage I'm doing. I destroyed the black fire. Did I really? Oh, there we go. Now it's destroyed. That was a delay. There's so much cat fur. Fixing my in-game audio situation. There we go. Yeah, it probably would be a mess. I think one problem with transfer is that they might still have, or I don't know, they still have, but just a problem with transfers in general is one, housing. That's just an extra consideration. And two is character names. I feel like those are the two big like things you have to think about. Personally, I do not want to transfer Hunsu. Actually, so this is something that, whoa, that black fire just kill it. Something that the expectation is Standing Stone Games is going to give free transfers off of a NOR to like a regular server when it catches up to the level cap. Hopefully they keep their word on that, but that would be one situation where I feel like as a kin, if I guess the thought is if they shut down a NOR, because a NOR's population, if we compare it to even Landerfall, it is super tiny population. What do we have, like 55 on right now? And just I suppose as a kin, we are considering what would happen if they end up closing a NOR and giving transfers, or even if they just give free transfers and not close the server, like what we would do. But if they don't have free transfers and a NOR stays and we stay on a NOR, I wouldn't mind actually transferring characters from Arkenstone to a NOR. So that would be the situation where I personally would. See, I feel like the problem with switching to yellow line at this point is I'm killing things so fast it doesn't seem like it would make any difference anyway. And the mobs are spread out enough, it's not like I'm grouping them up all for a big... I don't even know if yellow would get towards like one-shot territory, but... yeah, so there is stuff I need to do here. Cauldron. Also, I can get a shepherd dog out or a harness shepherd dog. Oh, I should probably first destroy some black powder. Okay, so we have the regular shepherd dog and the harness shepherd dog. I like the non-harnessed version better, but I like the darker color of the shepherd dog a little bit more. It's just a bit interesting, a bit different. It also looks like this one's bigger. The harnessed one looks smaller. Yeah. Either way, we'll go with that. Although this one matches my character more, I feel like. My character looks way too fancy to have a non-harnessed dog. Alright, so next up, I thought we had to do something out in the greenway. That not tractor, did I finish it? I guess I finished it, whatever it was. Looting gear. One thing I'm pretty happy that they have done in the somewhat recent future is completely change all the random mob drops to follow the format of like instant loot and the such, so it can actually be pretty decent. Such as this piece, which I don't want, but it's a vitality / morale piece of medium armor. For this character, I would not equip that, of course. And if I had a more DPS-oriented option, I'd probably use that on a medium armor character.
What can I do for you? Would you do something for me?
What can I do for you? What can I do for you?
Who do I need to talk to? Oh yeah, free this guy from the stocks. Alright, Jigsaw, thank you for joining the stream. I hope you have a good night. Wow, it has been a long time
What's your need?
since I started the stream. I feel like I have done basically nothing, and it's already like... yeah, already like 45 minutes into the stream. So prefer leveling in North Downs and Lowlands. That might be true, but the main reason I'm doing that is because I have more recently done Lowlands. In fact, I have done Lowlands twice since I have last done the North Downs, although I did do part of North Downs. We did Nan Wathrin, I believe, on Treebeard. That would have been quite a while ago, though. We're very slow on Treebeard, thematically. Okay, so quest-wise, we are, yeah, ready to head into Nan Wathrin, but first, I'm gonna stop to the west and do whatever here. Now, one thing with Nan Wathrin is, based on the experience so far on this character, I'd say he's pretty strong and I should be able to handle it. I also believe, even for low-level champion, their heals were quite strongly buffed self-heals. The single self-heal I have is pretty decent. Actually, I have another self-heal. So I have two decently strong self-heals, one on a long cooldown, one on a medium cooldown. So I have some survival tools. So I expect to be able to handle Nan Wathrin on my own with my current gear state, but there is the possibility that I might look into improving my gear. I really don't know how much I can improve my gear and how much that would end up helping, but that is just something I could do. Oops. If we do run into trouble. Could drop a word. I don't know if I really have pals at Standing Stone Games. I think it would be a neat experiment, but I don't really know what it would yield for Standing Stone Games. They could perhaps see, like, as an experiment, see what the players do. It could also potentially, if a whole bunch of people, for example, migrated off a particular server, they could potentially end up closing that server, which like could have its own issues, but maybe they wouldn't mind that if that happened. And maybe a more happy customer base, of course, if people were able to transfer freely. Okay, so that's ready to turn in back at Trestle Bridge. Maybe I should have paid attention to what the story was behind that quest, because it was a kind of odd quest where you talk to somebody, then you get them a cartwheel, and then you bring it back to them, and then you get a quest to tell them, like, all is well, it looks like. Okay, so it was his wife, I guess, wanting to check on him or something. Is the audio? It looks like the audio is playing normal. Maybe it's just a me issue. I cannot actually hear the audio right now. I believe the audio is going through the game. It's working on OBS. It's, yeah, USB audio device, and that is, yep.
Bluetooth mode. Line E mode.
Okay. Did that. Yeah, I cannot actually hear the audio. I don't know if it's some issue, something happened to the wire on the other end. I feel like it's been quiet the whole time, but it's something that I've just, like, slowly dealt with and keep expecting to be finished. Oh well, or fixed. Yeah, anyway, whatever I'm doing. Where am I going? Oh yeah, going to stop at this camp here and then head to Nan Wathrin. So we are currently working on the, actually we're working on the half-work schemer now. I could turn in this quest just to get a really nice weapon. I really don't want a two-handed weapon though, that's like too boring to me. Although it has, just to be fair, it has been a long time since I've played a champion with a two-handed weapon, so maybe I could get a two-handed weapon just to test that. I, in general, prefer dual wield for fun reasons, but, and the animations that would be included in the fun. But yeah, perhaps it would be not a bad idea to test that again. Also, this is the type of camp where I might actually be able to get some AoE. So let's see what I have going on here. Blade wall, probably blade skill damage. I think there's the consideration that I could actually get brutal strikes. Number of targets, do I really need to increase that? 8. I have a few with 5. I'd probably rather that than blade wall damage. Blade wall does do a lot of damage now though, it seems. Oh yeah, might want to actually accept the quest, that could help. So I believe these stolen goods... Oh, collect any stolen goods from the crates. Ah, okay, so I think I go over here and that will progress the quest if I remember correctly. I also seem to have lost over half of my skill bar by switching specs. That's one of the problems having multiple specs that you play at low level. I'm guessing the Raging Blade would actually be better to use. Yeah, Yellow Line is just not as fun to me. Like, those mobs went down fine. I don't mean the damage is bad or anything, but it is just not quite as fun. Oh, there's that name mob I need again. So what else do I need here? Map pages? Okay. And all missing pages from the Founder's Book. Have no idea where I get those. Damage is definitely good in this line, even single target. It's not that bad. There we go, a book torn apart. Oh, that is actually the Founder's Book, okay. I was curious if that was how it would work, and it does appear so. Alright, so those two quests, since they are ready for turn-in and give me the greatsword, the two-handed sword here, I will do that and try to use a two-handed weapon on a champion. Looks like all the stuff I've been looting is level 24. I'm curious how long it will really take me to prepare for Mitheithel, because this character is quite low level, but I think my hunter started somewhat similar level range, like mid-20s to get prepared for Wildwood, I mean, and I try to get him, I think he got to like 41, 42 for Wildwood. So I'd like something relatively similar on this character. And I think I played that hunter quite a bit and quite frequently, going through, first it was... what did I go through first? I feel like I did some lonely and stuff on the hunter, but I really don't remember at this point. But or maybe I did like missions or something to get him ready for Troll Shaws. But I did Troll Shaws. I did make my milestone here, right? Yeah, so the point is I did Troll Shaws, and that pretty much got him all the way ready. So this character I plan to do North Downs, and I don't know how long it will take me to go through this entire zone. And then after North Downs, that is going to be the tough part. If I want to get like level 36, 37-ish, if the zone actually does start at level 40, then I don't know if there's a great like specifically 30 to 35-ish option. And even this zone might get me into the low 30s, where I could get somewhat close to 35. There's a lot of content on the east side of this zone, and there's also a decent bit on the west side that I end up usually skipping a lot of the Fields of Forno stuff just because there's so much on the east to level you up. And hello Nibling, your profile picture changed maybe, if I remember correctly. But you said you see they're doing a new low level zone, which is kind of cool. Yes, that it's kind of like Wildwood. And if they'll ever do meaningful changes to classes, honestly, I am not optimistic that they will. I definitely think they, for me at least, I think they could and even should do some relatively larger changes for some of the classes and specs, but I think first they need to actually settle on their class design and what they want to see out of the classes. Because right now I don't think it is clear at all. Especially with the 3 specs they have in LOTRO. With the old system, I think it was a little bit more straightforward. An easy example to pick on is something like Minstrel, Guardian, and Loremaster. I'll pick on those 3 right now. So Loremaster was originally like a support class, and that is basically what it did. But then with the introduction of the 3 specs way back in Helm's Deep, there was the red line and blue line, red line giving DPS. Also, I don't remember this area being as open as it is right now, so thought I'd take a change of pace and go up here. That's pretty neat. So yeah, I think even something in game to actually show it's a little bit more clear that like a certain spec is the role of the class, and and particularly focusing on group content in this case. So like with the example that I had with the Loremaster, if they really did only want them to, this actually feels weaker than the 2 weapons I was using before. I'll go back to Redline for this anyway. I think some large-scale change they could make to the game as a whole is take on from what the Brawler had and have like one spec for something like the Loremaster, and then both the red and blue line they could have as supplemental traits for that one spec of the yellow line. But, oh yeah, plugin. Nicole, I saw the word plugin in your comment, and before I get to actually going on your comment, I forgot that I was supposed to try plugins and do that whole thing this year, so that's something I will look into, try to remember to look into. But doing okay, and you're wondering if they have a plugin for gear, like trying to figure out the next gear you need equipped. I am not familiar with a plugin like that. I believe there are some plugins, something like Sequence Bar, which is a plugin where it like queues up a whole bunch of different abilities or something like that for you. So to swap sets of gear, I don't know if that's quite what you're looking for. I believe that plugin somewhat works for it. Might take a lot of setup or something though, at least from what I remember seeing about it a while ago. So anyway, with a class balance, let's see, I feel like I was going way off on the Loremaster example. With the class balance, or not even balance, but class design, I just think a clearer, let's see, clearer, what am I trying to say? Having a clearer, oh my, I cannot think of the next word for that. It should be more clear what the philosophy is from Standing Stone Games in-game in terms of what they want to be viable. And particularly, of course, with viability, focusing on group content and tougher stuff in general. So with something like the 3 I picked on earlier, Minstrel, Guardian, and Loremaster, should the Loremaster be viable DPS? If so, I definitely think the Loremaster needs some pretty big changes. Should each individual spec, like for Champion there's blue line, red line, and yellow line, should each individual spec be just as viable of an option for that class if they want to play endgame as all the other spec options? So with something like the Loremaster, should being DPS be just as a valid choice in like a raid as the yellow line? To me, by having 3 specs as they do in the game, that would be a yes. And basically, I really would hope that in the future that would mean that they would have to make like meaningful changes to the classes. Hey, there was a straight up one shot. New swords look working okay. I still don't think I'm a big fan of the animations with a 2-handed weapon, but it's not awful and it doesn't feel super slow. So yeah. I am hoping, Nibling, that we will see something this year with the UI rework. Honestly, though, I just cannot have much optimism for any big changes, any big positive changes. Now, one odd note of optimism is with how bad the UI, I almost feel like I criticize it too much, but to me, it really is true that can't do that, of course, on this character, but the legendary item UI for the new system is really just not good. Kind of horrible. So with that, and with the UI for the reward track, which of course was early and in beta and all that, which that's okay, but that was, to me, really, really bad. It was, I would actually consider it quite a bit worse than the UI for the legendary items themselves. Having those UIs be so rough looking could potentially mean that maybe they're saving all this UI work for a larger scale overhaul, which the new stuff would fit into. I don't know that that would be true. I would be more surprised if that's true than not true, but something to think about at least. Okay, so back to the classes, the Brawler class. Yes, I do remember the Brawler class being a sort of experiment. That's why I brought it up, actually. To see classes being 2 class trait trees plus 1 sort of supplemental or improvement line. So yeah, they are like Treebeard, and everything takes a while. They're very slow. That was a lot of damage. Would not have been a true one-shot, but would have overkilled him, done about double his health and all the attacks of it. Do I even need to kill these orcs? Or am I just like slaying orcs because I can at this point? For some reason I did not even envision myself getting to Nan Lathrin today, but I actually feel sort of comfortable that I could finish it. I know I started the stream pretty late for me, 8 p.m. my time, Central Time. But, oh, wait. Oh, I thought it said I put, I thought it said I got Virtue XP for 1, and 2, that my Virtue XP went into this Mercy trait. Hey, at least I have Loyalty equipped, even if it's not that good. There's a Mercy. Yeah, I don't think I want that, though. So earning Wit, that is good. That'll be a good choice. Silver. We'll always take silver, especially if I ever do decide to level a jeweler. I actually have a somewhat level jeweler, but no real interest in continuing it or continuing that character. Okay, I should just get on with the questing. There's so many things I could just spend a lot of time gathering, and I'll try to avoid doing too much of that. Oh, I did get Merciful Strike. I wonder how useful that would be at this level. Let's see, they have to be below like 50% health, or below 20% health. That is a really hard condition to satisfy, especially if I just one-shot that big orc. Yeah, it would be interesting to think about each class with 2 primary trait trees and a supplemental one. Champion would be tough because each trait tree is sort of unique, but I think a way they could do it is combine the yellow and red line, sort of transition them into a single spec so you get both the AoE and single target. Might have to involve some rebalancing, but they could do that and then have some stuff that's maybe supplemental for AoE and supplemental for single target, and then the blue line so they still have a tanking option. There's also classes like the Runekeeper where that would be quite tough. You'd kind of like the champion idea there, combine the 2 DPS specs, or they could keep them as they are and have the healing line as supplemental, so even in the DPS specs you could get a decent bit of healing. I think it's just interesting to think about how they could do the brawler style specs with the other classes. Can I tell Rebecca hi? Yes, I can tell Rebecca hi. Hi, Rebecca. I need a debuff remover. Do I not have one yet, or is it just not on my bars? Also, let's test out my supposedly strong heal. Yeah, that was pretty decent. Where did my dog go? That's not good. Here we go. Let's see, fight on. Those are never falter. Debuff remover. I have Blood Rage. I do not see anything that removes debuffs yet. They must not get hit yet. That's pretty rough. That's the one thing about increasing the difficulty on a server like Treebeard or what's the other one? Shadowfax, is at the lower levels at least, classes don't really have debuff removers, and the debuffs there are quite deadly. I've noticed, especially if you get a bunch of them stacked on you, so having a debuff remover, actual like ability to remove those, is really convenient. You don't get it until level 46. Wow. That is very high level. To me, at least, to get a debuff remover. Honestly, I would like to see one at maybe level 15, 10, 15, 20, something around that range. Halberd, does that look any good? Nope. Alright, I will get Poison Hunter in case I really want to go back to dual wield, which I almost kind of want to. Hey, we get to kill the elite again. Also, I totally messed up the rotation there. There we go, I should prioritize bracing attack if it's off cooldown. Honestly, a future legendary server, it would be really nice if they did more work with the level content, but if they do any future servers like Treebeard and Shadowfax and even Anor and Ithel, I don't expect them to do all that much more with them. It would be nice, like, for example, if they, like they actually did with Shadows of Angmar, if they added more tiers for difficulty, because low level stuff is super easy in general, even the group content, and add like actual reward systems, add gearing from that stuff, and implement it a little bit more properly than, say, than like what they have. Because honestly, crafted gear is just super good at low levels, which is nice for the general game, I think, but having something to work towards, preferably not way too grindy, something to work towards could be nice. They could use the moat system that they have right now, add barter options, have like have the instances, the bosses give moats. When you complete the instance, you get more moats. That would be a lot of changes. I think even changes like that should be implemented into endgame. Like every single chest has some sort of moats. It doesn't have to have a lot, or not moats, but embers. Whoa, that was a big crit. That is my new record, 2860. That was like double my previous crits. 2860 might actually one-shot a signature. Yeah, it would. Alright, I will try to one-shot a signature. I don't know if I'm at the level where I can actually really build up a strong Remorseless Strike. Like if I have that cash out thing. See, that took like a little over half its health. So population is high. Oh, as a low level, you actually encounter many people through questing on Treebeard, 1 through 25. That's neat. Okay, what do we need to do? I need to find and destroy siege engines. Is that back quest? Oh no, that's Kraven. Honestly, I want to go ahead and get those 3 just so when I move on, I can kind of be moved on. Siege engines, I believe I will keep running into on the east. So I just need to hunt 3 Kraven. Alright, so a couple goals. One is to get through Nan Wathern successfully, but my secondary goal is to one-shot a signature. I actually feel like one-shotting a greenie with that ability is somewhat impressive. I did like double his health with that weak wild attack. I wonder if I could get it to one-shot something like this archer. Have to actually get a crit first is the problem. Alright, so there is one way to tell if I'm getting the Remorseless Strike. I actually do get the Remorseless Strike. I get Emboldened Blades too. It's like a cash out thing. So what I'm talking about, the strike skills, yeah, they get you plus 5% Remorseless Strike critical chance. I thought that also got critical damage boost. Maybe that is something that happens later. There it is. That's Emboldened Blades. It'll now give 10% crit damage as well. So that's not something I have yet. Okay. Yeah, something for improving the experience list. I definitely think having debuff removal skills at lower level would be a big quality of life improvement. Oh, I need one more. I don't know why I thought I got enough of those. Oopsies. I do have a couple projects that I am planning on working on for early-ish February, which, hey, February starts tomorrow, which includes a video on the upcoming free-to-play changes. The problem with doing a video like that this early in, before Update 32 actually comes out, is there might be even more stuff added. So there have been a couple exciting changes for free-to-play players. But then my other video will be actually a little bit the opposite of that I'm planning on. It's sort of inspired. I've been planning on doing this video or thinking about doing a video like this a while. On the monetization and more specifically pay-to-win elements of LOTRO. But somewhat inspired by the infamous announced changes that Standing Some Games has backed off on regarding Embers, and they didn't really change anything with loot boxes, but it really brought loot boxes into the spotlight again. Early game champion, run in, wreck havoc, not dead. Run speed to bravely retreat. Do I even have sprint? Speaking of run speed, I believe that is the name of it. I do not have it. I feel like with signatures I should probably stay red line, but I do want to be fair and try yellow line when I can. Even if it is not my favorite, I want to fairly reevaluate it again. Oh, I killed the one I was targeting fairly quickly. Perhaps against two enemies, it does have the edge compared to... Oh, I keep using the wrong skill. Have the edge over red line. Because even my single targets are still decently strong at this point. Okay, I do have to remember what I am doing here. Goblin chests will give me relics of melee winning, but I also believe killing goblins will give me those. Okay, the melee guy will have to run to me. Blade Storm just does not do much damage. Has a nice buff though, it looks like. I have not actually tested the Warden heals on Bullroar. By the time that change came out... Oh, is there an elite with this group? There was. Yikes. Okay, we'll have to do the... whatever that's called. Do not have a debuff remover at this level. I had some potions, but apparently I died. Alright, we got a little bit too crazy. I believe this guy can kill quickly enough that I don't need to worry about healing. And if not, we will do that bravely retreat tactic. The Horn of Gondor, that's the name of that, right? Whenever I get that, that'll be a big help for the yellow line as well. Just make sure I don't actually have it. Let's see, Merciful Strike. I think I'm at a point where I can go ahead and put my single target stuff up here. I also should have other abilities, right? I should have, yeah, Feral Strikes. I should have Clobber. Clobber would actually be Shift 1. Something like that. Okay, so other skills. Fight on. Bracing attack I do have. Champion's challenge I do have. Raging blade, blade storm, rend, blade wall, have those. Don't have let fly. Blood rage, that is get it off stuns. Okay. Oh, I'm level 24, so all the level 24 gear I have I can equip. Could also switch back to dual wield if I really want. But I'm fine trying to stick it out with two-hander a bit more. Okay, let's see. There are actually 2 elites in that. Wow. I should, I think, be able to take on 2 elites fairly fine. Especially if I actually hit the right ability. I did not put any potions on my skill bar. Probably worth using Feral Strikes. I'm not quite used to, honestly, like, ever using that. Let's see. Yeah, I should probably... Thought that guy might pull. I think with that and with having this, I can safely fight on. Okay. I will be way more comfortable if I switch back to Redline. Yeah, I even have my potions on the bar on this spec. Major morale. So I'd rather use this one. If I use a premium potion, that's more of a level box potion. I'd use that one first. So what do I need to do here? Destroy some more siege engines maybe in this area? Actually don't quite remember. That was a decent crit. But yeah, with the Warden heals, that is quite exciting to hear that Warden heals have been improved in the Update 32 beta, but unfortunately I do not know how much. Warden heals, especially after... I really feel like it starts getting up there around the 120. That's when I really noticed it on Nora. Like, they were getting really bad by that point, but they start getting bad after, say, 105-ish. Those debuffs, they're just... Yikes. Oh, wow, I actually died from the debuffs there. I thought I was safe. Oh, I'm all the way over here, though. We can go on the back door. I wonder if it is worth actually looking into getting some gear, or if that would end up being more of a waste of time type thing. I should just play better. Okay, so we have that one to remove all. This one is out of combat, so I'd like to prioritize that one. I'll say the priority one will be on the left. Okay, and that one is the big one. I'd prefer to not use if I don't have to. I have a bunch of like random buffs. I wonder if it'd be worth, probably not worth using those for this. I'd rather at that point, like, just use, or just look into actually crafting myself some gear. Suppose I can get the melee win in thingy. Stable Master. Speaking of Stable Masters, my video on the new Stable Masters that are coming to Trollshaws in Update 32 was, one, surprisingly popular, and two, a lot more people care about Stable Masters than I honestly expected. It was just something random that I noticed when I clicked on the NPC, because it was like Rivendell Stables, and I thought it was just Rivendell's in the past, which it was. And then I noticed there were a whole bunch of new options that were not necessarily in Mitheithel. Yeah, Mitheithel. And Yeah, people seem to, at least a lot of people watched the video and commented about it. Also, a lot more people seem to be in favor of having more stable masters than not having more. These are the ones we already have. Looks like they actually did change the name of these. That was something that I was almost second guessing myself as. I was like, I thought these were in the game, but I really don't remember them being called Scout Camp. But these were also changed too, like Scout Camp North Holshaw's, Scout Camp Nan Tornath, and there's Scout Camp Highmore, I believe. Is the one of the ones that's being added. There's also the I don't want any debuff removers, but these are only signatures, so they're only signature level debuffs. And what was the other? Oh yeah, the last bridge. Okay, I think I'm safe to fight a single elite. Perhaps it's the goblins and the rangers that are going to be tough with the debuffs. I noticed that guy did not put up much of a fight. We'll see with this Tarkrip. Do I have consumables? I have a single pork chop. That is just a snack in game. Single pork chop could probably pass as a snack for me. Usually meat's quite filling though. Okay, I'll go ahead and use my heal, get that started early. I suppose I could have gone to a vendor to buy potions though. I don't think... Yeah, I didn't think you could buy potions. Also, oops, did not mean to use that, but doesn't really matter. Subscriber's jug. I don't think I drank that either. That would be helpful, so I don't have to repair. Okay, everything else I'll keep. Oh, the little goblins also give the relics of Meliwinen. Meliwinen. Helps if I actually start with the better ability too. Okay, so I believe there is some benefit of me having to go this way, is that there are some quest items that I can get down here. Let's see, we have a signature and an elite. I think I already took out like half the elite's health, but focus on the signature first so he's down. There we go. So siege engine, so it's just generic, okay. I believe I need 2 more, and I see 2 more right here. I also thought there was something else I needed in this camp, but maybe it is just the siege engines. There are a bunch of goblin chests for the relics of Meluin, and I suppose I can get those. I feel like I should get enough of those from just killing goblins, to be honest. I don't know deed-wise, it might be worth almost not picking those up, like taking the time to pick those up so I can make sure I get the deed done. For example, I don't really remember how many goblins there are in North Downs. As far as Doldenin probably has a lot, so I could get a decent amount of them killed there. I think this would be another good option. I don't know about Fornos. Fornos, the instance itself, might actually get the goblin deed done. I believe there are goblins there. There's at least in the... Oh, there's a bunch in the first wing too. Yes, there are goblins in Fornos. I don't know that I would run Fornos, but it's always a consideration if you need something like that for deeds, that it's fairly easy to get those in instances, and it's good to run instances anyway to for the deeds involved with them. Run them at least once. And the quests, it can be nice. For level 25 characters, actually, Fornos has... The quests have by far the best weapons for that level. I don't know that I could find a group. It would actually be, I think, fun to try to find a group and run Fornos at level 25, but I don't know. Let's see, this is all journeyman stuff. I don't care too much about gathering journeyman stuff, but I do care too much about gathering in general. Oh, get lost in Goblin Town. That is definitely easy. I'm thinking about at some point, someday, going to Goblin Town and not using a map nor a mini-map. I don't know if there's some restriction you can actually use in the game to never pull up the map and somehow hide the mini-map. Like hide it behind my character portrait or something kind of ridiculous like that. But as a sort of challenge, trying to go through that place without a map or mini-map. I also think that could be fun for like a temporary event challenge type thing, is no map, no mini-map. It would really take familiarity. It probably would not be fun for people that are not familiar with LOTRO zones, but for somebody like me who has especially played these low-level zones a lot, it would be, I think, an interesting challenge. Goblin Town, though, in particularly, I am a lot less familiar with that place, and getting lost in it, I feel like, is super easy, so that would be doubly challenging. It might actually take like a 24-hour stream to do that, though. I could see it taking forever to get anything done. Okay, so we are kind of settled with these quests. I don't really need Destination North Downs. I don't particularly remember doing that. So turn east, never north. I'm guessing that will take us north into the fields of Fornos, but I actually don't 100% remember. Okay, so to get back on track, I do need to kill some more marksmen, so might as well do that. Fight masters are going to be the elites. I should run into a lot of those, though. I'm hoping I can get through this place tonight, but it will be... perhaps a little bit of a challenge because it is going slower. I know I got some other quests done, so I have been making progress, but so a little bit slower. Also, the cat is back. There's the kiss. Somebody requested I kiss the cat, and I never did. At least I can somewhat button mash against his signature still. I probably shouldn't do this, actually. I don't want to run there. Jensen, I have no idea when Dan is going to come back. Actually, don't think I've seen him on LOTRO in a while. Hey, Grace of Eleanor. I can out-res. If I equip that trait, which I will. I will also equip these other ones. Plus 5% damage. Wow, I could have had plus 10% out of combat run speed. Now I'm zooming. Okay, here is where I do have to pay a bit more attention. Could not even see this work. Okay, so in this area, if I actually get my bearings correct, I need to turn right. Yeah, I did pull both of those. Oops, I thought I used Devastating Strike already. Okay, got my healing. I have 2 debuffs right now. I think I am safe with 2 debuffs, but time. Ooh, that was a good crit, 2.2k. That really helps. Okay, so I think with over 1200 health, I should be safe from 2 debuffs, but these things have been scary. Don't see anything I want to equip. So, we'll get moving on. Okay, 3 siege engineers. It'd be really nice to have Horn of Gondor. I have no idea when champions get that, though. I do have a trait point to spend. We can get more decreased attack duration. I don't even care if, like, crit chance was better. I'd have to think about it to really evaluate that. But even if it was better, I think Battle Reflex is a lot more fun. Oh, you can get a lot of crit chance on champion. Because the strike skills would be primarily what you use in the red line. That's like an extra 10%. If you can get up to 30%, then 40% really with that. Okay, so I'm hoping I can pull a goblin on his own. That is good. And then I actually have to consider if I want to switch to the L line for the next group. Individually, I would go through them slower, I think, but as a group, I think I could get more damage with the O line. I also don't know if they do anything that's particularly dangerous. Might be stunned for 10 seconds here. I still don't know if I have all my abilities here. Definitely don't have all my potions set up. That's going to be a tough one. So 10, 5. And then we have that guy, that guy, that one, and that one. But now I have even better potions, so that'd be 600 to 800. I'll just use those. Okay, I think that's actually somewhat set up. I need to build some fervor. Ooh, getting stunned in there was not the best idea. Okay, let's go ahead and use a heal. And then I need to build fervor up. Oh, yeah, I did not see my health. Okay, I will have to revise my strategy and do better next time. This is a little bit of a long run back. I don't think we're quite at a point where I really need to worry about getting myself better gear, but like, I don't have bad gear, it's just getting a little bit outdated, I feel like. And I don't know how much. Even if I could have improved my morale something like 500-ish, I don't know that that would make the biggest difference. Oh, the cat likes this because now I can pet her. Return. That one is actually useful to this character. I will get plenty of it throughout this zone, but... or ideally I will get plenty of it. I think there's a transition in the Fields of Fornos to that, and of course on the eastern side, east of the river at least. It's a little bit of a funky river pattern. Doesn't really show up on the big map. Just shows some, like, hills. Okay, so I want to actually relatively quickly get back to where I was, so I will try to just ride through all this as much as I can. Whoa. Well, so this is the cat's chance to actually get attention and not be as much on the bothersome side. Can I go up this way? Will this take me where I need to go? Or is this just a different place altogether? Yeah, I think that's a different place altogether. I might still... the path I was going on might still take me there. How do I... we'll see. Oh, there we go. That's where I need to go. I'm trying... yeah, okay. I have myself oriented correctly now, but I go up there and that will eventually take me there. At least that's the way I typically go through this place. I know sometimes when I go... oh, it took me that long to get knocked off, but when I go through this area in a group with other people, sometimes it's like a completely different route and it throws me off. The one time that happened in recent memory was actually when I did this on Treebeard. I was on my Guardian getting one shot, if I remember correctly. I don't think I was on my Runekeeper at that point. Okay, we are mostly caught up to where I was. At least I would say at this point, mostly caught up. Try to blow some of the cat fur away and put another point. We'll get blade wall damage. I know my traits seem sort of random, at least they do to me in that spec, but that's the way it is right now. Yeah, signatures, they are easy to kill and go down quickly, so they're not much of a problem to get through. Perhaps because last time I played the yellow line, I'll just try the red line this time from the get-go. I thought about staying in the yellow line and get it being quicker to my potions and cooldowns and the such, but I might have a better chance just staying in the red line anyway. Whenever I do play champion, as infrequent as it is, I'm sort of used to having Horde of Gondor, which is such a useful stun, being AoE for 1 and 2, just being a stun. That would be, I feel like, very helpful in a fight like this upcoming one. Whether I'm playing red line or yellow line, but especially for yellow line, give just a short few seconds opportunity to get some good AoEs in. Or even... Ideally I would be doing damage during the stun, but if I really needed to, even heal up or something like that. Oh no, that's not ideal. I tried to pull the goblin really quickly. Actually, that only pulled one of these elites. That is actually ideal. Okay, I think I can get through this without anything else. Ooh, wait. Oh, you only need to kill one of them? Okay, I only need to kill one of them for the quest, but I still need to destroy the siege plans. That is it. I might be able... The North Down Skirmish. There is Attack at Dawn, which is level 30, so not quite at this level. There's also... No, that's not a skirmish. That is a mission that I was thinking of. Okay, Siege Engineer or Siege Engineer? Well, that dude has a helmet, so we'll go after him first. That was my reasoning, and I'm sticking to it. Oh no. There. Not too bad when you only have 2 of them. Okay, another siege on Trestle Bridge. Apparently I need Turkrit Brawler for something. I guess I have not ran into them yet. One of the many brawlers in game. So Plastonic. I don't know how aggressive I'm playing either. You said you're championed your first Titan Moria to a fall. Don't know about Gondor on a champion. I feel like Gondor would be relatively fun on a champion with all the, in particularly thinking something like all the Corsairs, all those areas are really densely populated. Could be fun, but a little bit dangerous, but at this point with the game, I would think you could get enough survivability on a champion for it to not be much of a problem. I also would have to wonder how the new allies would help with even something like that, just because of their raw DPS being so high. Oh, Chris, these quests are really fun. I hope you did enjoy them when you went through them. I do like the slight change of pace where combat... I feel like this is a good length for combat for a regular fight. I would actually be... I feel like I would enjoy low-level LOTRO even more if regular fights took about as long as it takes to fight a single elite here. As far as balance goes, I don't think the game would be very greatly balanced if... I think it would be a little bit too, difficult if regular mobs did as much damage as elites, though. It's fun to me, but I think just for regular gameplay that might be a little bit much, but again, the duration of the fight is I think pretty solid. I really do not have food on this character. That is so weird because usually my low-level characters just have tons and tons of random food that I just like keep forever and never use, but this character has no consumables when I actually want them. I'll see what the auction house has. No one might surprise me. This is from a search done earlier actually on jewelry. There's some, that would be a pretty big upgrade, even if it's agility. That would be I think it'd be a solid upgrade on both of those ends. That just seems like the finesse would be nice, is main point there. I thought I sorted these by level, not by unit buyout. Oh well, anyway. Yeah, if you did not notice that they were elites, they would definitely hit hard compared to a normal mob. I was looking for food, and instead of unit buyout, I want to sort by level. There's some level 10 food. That is 1,500 out of... Yeah, that's not quite... That will not quite cut it for me, unfortunately. There's probably tons of food. I don't know this level, but I think there's tons of food in my kin house. I don't know about my shared storage. Perhaps I have like Daleman's crims. Those are pretty nice to save for endgame, to be honest, though. But I think I could spare 25 of those for this character. I don't even mind if I use them all. I think that will be a decent help, having... That's a lot of, actually, in combat regen it'll probably give me. I don't know for this level, that might not actually be too much, but... It'll move me up to 553, but that'll at least help me regen quicker out of combat. Oh hey, I only pulled one of those, but oh well. Let's see, I'll go ahead and start with Remorseless. And that did not crit. That's the big thing about Remorseless. If it doesn't crit, it's such like a waste of time it feels like to use. Also, am I at the point where Merciful Strike is a guaranteed crit? Is that the one? Nope. Or something that changes it, I believe. Alright. Is that way up here? I thought there was a set bonus that changed Merciful Strike. Maybe this is a regular trait? Ah, yes, it is a regular trait. Increase health threshold, and then makes it a guaranteed crit. Actually, don't know if that's the most useful for endgame. I don't know if I would quite pick that, because usually, if I'm in a situation where I want to spend all my fervor and get a big crit, it would be Remorseless Strike, but having the guaranteed crit might not be such a bad thing. Add-on for cosmetic add-on to make the auction house size bigger. So the problem with add-ons like that in LOTRO is a lot of the art in the game does not really scale with size, so that would be true for the auction house, but there are a lot of things that could use increased size, I think. Perhaps an add-on could increase some of the stuff, like increase the spacing, like you see where the required level 100 blends in with a buyout. Something like that, maybe an add-on could help with, but just thinking broadly about an add-on helping with something like the very small icons on the inventory, which is a common complaint in higher resolutions, which somebody asked the resolution. I completely forgot about that, but if they are still here, I'm playing on 1440p. 2560 by 1440, I believe, something like that. Whatever that regular 1440p is. The 16:9 ratio. Yeah, it is nice that when you die in Moria, you get a idol, or when you fall down the well specifically. I don't know if there's a title or a deed for just falling in Moria. That would be neat as well. I say that would be neat because it'd be like a free title for all my characters. Yeah, I don't think Merciful Strike is basically ever worth using for me. Maybe if I have one fervor and have nothing else to use, but right now it just doesn't do much. Are we at the Wargapins part? I believe we are. I need to defeat wargs, yes. And destroy food barrels. I also thought there was some boss warg I needed to defeat. Maybe not, though. Or if there is, I just need to get to it. Without having run into many goblins recently, the danger levels seem to have died down a lot. I find myself not paying as much attention anymore. Speaking of goblins. I'll just continue going through these, I suppose. Well, he had a lot of time, but he did only get one debuff on me. Can't be well traveled until you actually fall through a well. Is that the name of the title? I actually don't remember the name of it, but that is pretty neat that that is the name of it. Oh, there is a hidden deed to be alive when you hit the lower end. I feel like that has happened to me. I'm going to use that potion. I only have 10 of them, but that saves lives. Oh wow, I'm actually still really low on health. I'll use one of my non-premium potions. Oh, there we go. I got a big crit with the brutal strikes there that really help. Okay, 5 more wargs. This goblin might be a little bit dangerous with my current health levels. I see my Daleman's crams have already expired. They only last 5 minutes. As good as they are, they really have a short duration. I think that's shorter than most regular food. Blaze, you were wondering if I prefer the High Elf or Man animations for Captain. So in general, I do prefer High Elf as a race, but at least with a halberd, which would be shared by, I think it would be shared, but anyway, the halberd animations I really do not like with a high elf. I don't know if that would also apply to man for me, but that much I can say. Otherwise, I don't mind the high elf animations, and I kind of forget what all the other animations are. Yes, Gloomfang, that is the named one that I need. There's also Tarkrit Packmaster right there. Ooh, this is going to be a tough pull. I don't know if I can pull anything on its own here, so this is tricky. So I will probably get lots of debuffs, so I can go ahead and accept that I'll use another one of those restoration potions. Let's see, my dog won't help with fighting, so I'll have to deal with this on my own. I'll need another Daleman's crams. And otherwise, I don't actually know which mob I would want to prioritize. If I'd want to try to get rid of these side orgs, assuming they all pull, or if I'd rather try to get the goblin first, or maybe the warg. He might have a bunch of fears. Oh, so you said you used to be able to survive the fall? Yeah, I thought I remember at one point surviving the fall like a long time ago, but maybe they changed it because You just die by misadventure at almost the start of it. Yeah, that does seem to happen. I feel like this is a change that has kind of slowly crept into LOTRO, as misadventure being a lot more deadly. Okay. So I will try to pull just the... Okay, it did pull everything. I'm thinking I will get the low-level org first. I don't think I have a slow or anything like that. I need to get my heal going. And I will try to kite around as much as I can. Let's see, what's doing the most damage to me? Maybe that guy. Okay, let's go ahead and use some potions. Oh, that does the cooldown for all the premium potions? Oh, I would have... Oh, let's interrupt him. I don't think my interrupt actually interrupted. Okay, let's run around this tree. That should hopefully mess them up enough that they can not take too much damage. The magic of surviving a LOTRO, or the... That was a little bit of spoiler. The magic of kiting in LOTRO is surviving. Sort of surviving. Okay, I have to remove those debuffs, I think. I don't have any potions, but I have some health. Did I get the ones I needed? Did I get the 2 name mobs at least? Yes, I did. Okay. I am about to be rooted. Oh, one of them reset. That's convenient. Just to double, triple confirm, I got... Yes, I did get the name mobs that I need to kill. Okay, I think I can handle 1 org. We'll see. I'll put that to the test. Oh. Yay for potions and yay for running. Both of them are the real heroes of that fight. I'm gonna go this way. There we go. But the real unsung hero is this guy. Those are the better angle when he comes back up. Still not quite patting him, but close enough. Did we get everything? I still need 2 more wargs, okay. Do I need any warg meat? Not that I see. Well, I haven't been up here. Looks like there are 2 wargs here. This is potentially a bit dangerous because my health is not very low. It's like halfway down, but all those debuffs. Okay, I think I am fine. I still have my Daleman's crams going, so my out of combat regen is quite a bit higher than usual. We got that quest done. We still have 4 more corrupt altars to destroy. I don't know where that is. There's also, oh, that actually is 2 Higropar. Higropor? And then Tarkrit Fight Masters are all around. We have Brawlers and Shankers. So if I see Shankers, which is going to be the skinny tall orcs, I should probably prioritize those. Why did I use that? Well, I need to go south, it looks like, which would be a turn that way, I believe. That looked like it was glowing for a moment. There's another corrupt altar. There's a Shanker. I don't know how much I would have to actually like prioritize a Shanker to go ahead and pull it, but maybe I will. How many level ups have I gotten today? 3? I've done a lot of leveling. I'm already, I think I started the zone under leveled? I think it starts at 24 if I remember correctly, and I'm already level 25. I might be a little bit off on the exact number it starts at. Perhaps it could be actually 22 for like the lowest level mobs. Wow. I did not pay attention to my health until I was down in like around 400, but fortunately I made it. Okay, so there's one altar way to the west. I kind of remember that one. You'll like loop or something back up to that. And this is dark. I like see the fire way up on the distance, but otherwise I cannot see through this area. Also should probably use my heal to be safe. I think I could get through that fight with this basic melee guy without the heal, but we'll be safe. Oh, a bunch more wargs. Still looking for Shankers mainly. Otherwise, I honestly don't need to pay too much attention to the orcs as far as I know. Okay, so I'll head there last because I would rather... I also need fight masters. I actually completely forgot about those guys. So I need fight masters and Shankers and one more brawler. There's Shanker and brawler there, good. But in the south there's that big boss guy. I was thinking it could be good to have everything else done just in case I can't defeat him, but if I have to come back, the way to think about it is, if I have to come back, then I can go ahead and get everything on my way back and give it like another try or something, but we will just hope that that is not necessary and I can get through them. Guess I don't actually need to go down to get altars. I can get them all up here. I did not even know that. Like, what happens if you destroy all these altars, you're not familiar with Nan Lathrin, and you never go fight the boss? Or am I getting this mixed up with like Doldenin or something, and you don't actually, the boss is like for an epic quest or something later? He's like not relevant for anything right now. That is also entirely possible. I think the best way to make sure you get all the quests done is possibly to just go to the LOTRO wiki and compare to their list to make sure you actually did everything. Gotten a lot of Shankers recently. I must have not been paying too much attention because last I saw I was at like 3 or 4 and now I'm at 7. So if I'm remembering correctly, the boss guy that I'm talking about here is actually level 35. No, he's only level 30. But he's also an elite master, so this is who I was actually expecting to have to fight for a quest, but I don't think he's actually necessary for anything. So if I had all my other quests done, I would give him a fight, but since we don't need him, I'll just scooch out of here. So the fight masters are actually way to the west. I'll just see what sort of Shankers I can get on the way back west. Then we will be, as far as I know, ready to wrap up Nan Wathrin and ready for turn-ins, and that will be a good point for me to wrap up the stream. Having gone through Nan Wathrin tentatively, and as book 3, chapter 5, that's what I was thinking, one of the book quests, but that is something, as I mentioned way at the start of the stream, been a long while since I've done those, and something I would like to do so we can revisit him. Oh, so Kai, you are one of the great contributors to the LOTRO wiki. It is definitely a wonderful resource for things like that. Not to downplay the LOTRO wiki, but there's a lot of stuff that I think should be perhaps more visible in game than just not, and having people actually put that on the LOTRO wiki is a great thing. Oh, I don't want to use Merciful Strike. Oh well. Okay, one more Shanker on the way back. I think I can manage. But yeah, there's a lot of things I use the LOTRO wiki for, but one of the most common I feel like is to make sure either I'm on like the right track with quests or check prereqs or something like that. Wait, is this immediate? That is immediate. Why did I just realize that? There's so much more potential in Battle Frenzy now that I realized it's immediate. There is a trait that, yeah, reduces the cooldown of that, okay. By 30 seconds. So it has, what, like a minute cooldown, so you can get it down to a 30-second cooldown and get an extra animation cancel every 30 seconds. Use something like Remorseless Strike and use all of your Fervor. And then just use Battle Frenzy B, cancel the animation, be back at like max fervor. And there you go. There's a Shanker. So he's the better sniper. I guess he is. Oh, whoa, something did a lot of damage to me. I think I can get through this without potions, but that was more damage than I expected to take. This is a brawler. I don't think the melee guys have done that much damage, but I guess together. I'm also not getting good crits this fight. At least this phase of the fight that I'm paying attention. Okay, Orcs of Nan Wathrin. Done with that. It'd be nice if I would get a Stelden reputation or just something. Yeah, get a Stelden reputation. It would be really nice if I would get that to get some sort of rep for all the stuff I'm doing. I don't know if this would give Minute Bree, but if I had, like, if I weren't maxed on Minute Bree, but I'm already, like, finished with Bree, so I'm already maxed on Minute Bree rep. I have plenty of Minute Bree rep items, even if I weren't. Ooh, my health is low. Let's not let him shoot me. It actually worked out in my favor because I confused him by stepping out of his melee range, and I think he was going to go range, but then I stepped back into his melee range and he never even got to hit me. Those are some actual advanced strategies, and one of the reasons the kiting was working so well earlier when we fought 4 of the elites. What server do I play? I am currently on Anor. I play on mostly Anor and Arkenstone, very rarely Treebeard still. But my main server I would consider to be Anor. Even if its population is tiny, my health is so low. Okay, I think I'm safe. That bleed is so scary. I don't... Okay, I'll use one more Daleman's Crims. Not Gwyhair, that is probably true. What's the Saranen? I've heard Saranen is like the lowest population, the French server, but I don't know how true that is. What's the... Is Belagear? Is that the name of the more popular German one? So there's Evernight, Laurelin, Gwyhair, Saranen, and Belagear. Is that what I just said? Something like that. Those would be the 5 EU. Honora is a legendary server, yes. I don't know if I would honestly recommend making a character on Honora anyway. It is... I almost feel like I'm more stuck on Honora, is why I play on Honora. If my kin were not on Honora, I would play on Arkenstone, I'll put it that way. Okay, don't need Shankers anymore, I need Fight Masters or something like that. Oh, they're actually down. They're down this way. Ah, this is the place we'd never turned, actually. Okay. I don't think I'll run into more quests up there, but there is actually the potential that I have an unknown another quest I can do. Also, just to double check, yes, my quest log. Whoa, that's repeatable. All these quests repeatable? At least the killing ones? That would be news to me. Yeah, Treebeard, that runs into the same problem, but Treebeard sounds like it's still populated from what somebody said. I haven't been in game on Treebeard to see the population, how it's doing. Okay, we are in the zone for the Fight Masters, but I do not see any. Maybe they are down below. That could be the problem as well. Like, I'm technically in the circle area, but maybe they're just down here. There, oh, that's a raging. Pretty sure the Fight Masters are elites. And I'm also pretty sure they're the ones I've seen down here, but I just have to get back to actually finding them. So Gundabad stream, that would have been a long time ago. I haven't played Gundabad all this year. But anyway, you said you're getting VIP thanks to me. Well, if you get VIP, I hope you find it worth it. There should be, yeah, there's a Fight Master. How much do I have to care about not marksmans, but the signatures in general? I think it's time to give Yellow Line one more shot. So population was pretty good for the first 2 weeks of Moria, it sounds like. Okay, this is actually way too much. Without Horn of Gondor, I think there is a solid chance that I die right here. But, hey, I have some options for survival. We have potions, first of all. We have cooldowns, second of all. We have self-heals, third of all. Wow, I ended that fight like full health. Quake, so endgame is a little bit tough. I go through phases of not playing much endgame and then playing endgame. I honestly think that endgame in LOTRO is not that great. Endgame systems in LOTRO, I actually like the content. I like the instances. The Gundabad ones are, I don't know, they're a little bit, they're interesting. There's just not too much to them at this point. And I think one of the problems is like, I just don't like the end game systems they have, the reward system, loot system. It is a bit grindy, which is okay. Have a little bit of grind to it, but I feel like it's just, I don't know. Not a fan of it. And in LOTRO, there are also a lot of systems that you have to pay attention to and work on, and sometimes it's just too much, and I'm currently in a phase where it's really annoying, and I'm just not interested. From Firestorm. Oh, from the Firestorm then as well. I was thinking, like, is Firestorm a server in WoW? One of the realms, but yeah. I did get everything I needed, right? Yes, I did. I was like running out of here, but wasn't actually 100% sure I got all my quests done. I just got through that one fight. I don't think I like consciously realized I actually completed the quest. Which means I can just pour it out of here. Unless there's a Craven Slayer. There is not. Yeah, LOTRO is definitely more focused on the story, I would say. How did I unhidden them? Anyway, I don't really know. I suppose Standing Stone Games would be the only people that really know what most people play. If most people do just play solo, that would be my suspicions. I would guess most people that play LOTRO just like level, play solo, go through the story content or whatever, and don't really group, or at least group in the sense of progression and game progression content. Wow, my quests are so empty. I'm just like done with all that stuff. Well, that ending was very sudden for me. So I am going to do a little bit more. I'm getting quite tired, so I should wrap up the stream soon, but I will look at what other quests I have at least, which is going to be turn east, never north. So let's turn north. I might go ahead and get that stable master. That could be the goal. I also feel like with endgame and LOTRO, there's relatively little content. Like currently with Gundabad, it's been out for a little over 2.5 months, and there is 2 3-mans and 1 6-man instance. And again, I think I have not actually played the 6-man instance. I'm so disinterested in that right now that I'm not even like, I don't even want to do this, log in just to do the 6-man. Yeah, there's just relatively little content and very little variety. There's a lot of old scaling content LOTRO has. Even on this character, if I pull up the instance finder, there are all these instances that I already have unlocked, but there's no reason to run those at the level cap, really. For the most part, there are some minor exceptions, but usually that involves like repeatedly farming a particular thing over and over. I am definitely not rank 15 for PvMP. For PvMP, I don't really play that. I used to way back a tiny bit, but not really much. Introduce myself, okay.
Would you stay a moment and learn of my troubles?
Take it, we are. Oh, meditate to listen for any strange sounds. Cannot do that mounted. Where? Oh, there's actually a horse. I'm guessing that goes back to Trestle Bridge. Oh, I have to meditate for 10 seconds. Wow. Spooky. Yep, we are going to turn north. We'll not do that yet. I want to see where this horse takes me. Do not have the quest. Okay. Excuse the hiccup. Alright, so as far as this stream goes, it really is a... yeah, fast forward meditation. Yeah, as far as this stream goes, I am having fun on the champion. Hey, we got a sprint now. Well, LOTRO does have the Lord of the Rings story, so if you're interested in the Lord of the Rings, you can follow that along. I would say, so if I'm trying to remember correctly, with the epic quests in LOTRO, the first volume as a whole focuses on Eriador, which I'm not sure about the books, but in the movies, I don't think they had all that much on it. It was more so like going Shire or Breland, Lowlands, Trollshaws, than more of an emphasis on Moria and post-Moria travels. But yeah, there's a lot of extra exploration around Eriador, and I would say even in Moria. But I feel like maybe around I don't know, the comparing the book quest to the movies at least, they do a lot of extra exploration, a lot of extra stuff that, if I'm remembering correctly. You can't even log onto your 140 warning, Josh? Do you mean you actually can't, or just like not interested in that? I also don't feel like Gundabad was a bad expansion, to be honest. The lack of group content was a little bit of a letdown. Just having more instances I feel like could have been better, but this is basically the same old story over and over again with LOTRO, but
Do something for me.
the content is good. It's just after that, after I like go through it, I just don't like, I don't want to repeat it in the dailies. Dailies, weeklies, rewards, all those systems just don't excite me to continue doing it. And I feel like I can get burnt out on it really easily. Same thing happened after going through a bit of War of Three Peaks. Like, by the time Wildwood came out, and even a little bit before Wildwood with the Wildwood prep stuff, I got disinterested in the War of Three Peaks. And perhaps for Standing Stone Games, it's on purpose that there's a relative lack of group content, because maybe they focus more, like prioritize their development time on solo content and all that sort of stuff, because that was pretty good in Gundabad. I still even have more of it to go through, but I just need a break from that place. And yeah, maybe that's what happens, and that's one reason there's a relative lack of group content at endgame. Yeah, the 12-man raid will be coming in update 32. I can't even be too excited for that, to be honest. Maybe when update 32 gets closer, and like maybe after I quest through Mitheithel. Oh, that just sounds so weird to me, saying it out loud. Saying it in my head, like internally, sounds a lot better than Mitheithel. Feels way too th-y. Tookborough. Oh, yeah, the Shire. I feel like Shire is a very divisive zone. Some people love it and some people hate it. Yeah, right now I am also more excited for the new zone rather than the raid. The interesting thing is, at first I was not, when they announced it, I was like, another level 40 to 45 zone. I just feel like a better level is like right at the same as Wildwood, and there's so many content options for that level. Like, just as a rundown, Evanim goes up to 40, Trollshaws goes up to 40, but when you get level 40, you have Misty Mountains for the low 40s, you have Angmar that spans all the way like 40 to 50, so there's two options. You have Forakel for the upper 40s, Eregium for the upper 40s, even Forakel has some lower to mid, low mid. And then you have Wildwood now as a 45 option, and now you will have Angle of Mitheithel as a 40 to 45 option. At least last I heard 40 to 45 and not a single level like Wildwood. So yeah. Okay. It is really, for real, time to wrap up the stream. So okay, maybe I will look into crafting this character some stuff. So as we wrap up the stream, I will, just so I can do something, look into crafting. All the way from Shire to Erebor, then to Mount Doom and back. Let's see, so you go Shire to Erebor, which you can do. You can do Erebor, you'd have to go through the Vales, repeat that. You could go down whichever way you want to Gondor, or even skip most of Gondor, do the Far and Orient route, and get to Mordor that way. Who is my metalsmith? My guardian. Where's my guardian? They're still in Limelight Gorge. There are chicken runs. The retro multiverse, if you did not know. Some people do like those. They can take a... I don't know if any of them... I don't remember the shorter ones, but there might be some shorter ones, but some of them can take quite a few hours. Before Far and Orient was open, the chicken run to Minas Tirith, I think, took like 4 or 5 hours or something. So you session play as a chicken, which has like regular run speed. And in this case, you went from the Shire, Breland, Lonelands, Trollshaws, Eregion, and Adwaith Dunland. I think. Let me make sure I actually have the locations right in this case. So how do I go back to Dunland? Yes, Dunland, Gap of Rohan, and then in the Gap of Rohan there is... we have to go back to Rohan. Yes, there is that thingy, right here, that thing, whatever it's called. Ford of the Eisen? Is that what it is? No, I don't know. But whatever that thing is. And then you go... Oh yeah, you pass by Edoras, you go through the Pass of the Dead. That's what makes this take extra time. So before Far and Orient was unlocked, or even in the game, you would have to go through the Pass of the Dead, Western Gondor, Central Gondor, Eastern Gondor, then Minas Tirith. And otherwise, from Rohan, you could go to Far and Orient, Old and Orient, then Minas Tirith. But anyway, that would be a retro Rye guy. Okay. Your cat is the best, Kai. Wow. Anyway, I kind of forgot the whole point of that, but that might be something you're interested in if you just like running from Eriador to Erebor to Mount Doom to there and back. Yes, I do have a cat cam on the bottom right. Currently, there's no cat there because she is right here on the desk. There is the paw. And I have no idea where the other cat is. As far as I know, she's been absent this entire stream. Does this character have the new LI? It looks like it. I kind of remember when the new LI system came out, I think I came here just to test it, even though I'm like, at this point, 9 levels over level, I just like Limelight Gorge so much. Okay, so this is my crafting character, as I mentioned. The Kin House has all the crafting facilities I would need. And this would be a good character to have a crafting carriel. This is as like a somewhat mostly legitimate crafter character that I actually have in. If not for Rohan and Gondor, I'd actually play this character essentially. If not for Rohan, Gondor, and even at this point Mordor. If we get level 120 boosts on Anor, and if we get them on like a huge sale, this is a very strong candidate for me to get that for. Yeah, the chicken run would be interesting because you could follow the path of like the Fellowship as a chicken. You have to avoid a bunch of mobs because they, one caveat is enemies will chase you down and one-shot you as far as I know. I have not played as a chicken, but I think I've heard they have some sort of cower ability to dodge things or something. But it's good if you have people carrying you, escorting you, which actually sounds somewhat thematic. Okay, so heavy armor, level 25. Looks like I have the materials. I can try to crit it, so there we go. Level 30 stuff, I could use ingredient crates and maybe make the guild stuff for level 25. I mean, not 25 for level 30. Assuming it has good stats, that would be solid. So yeah, I will craft what I can of this. Let me make sure it's actually decent stat adoption. I think it will mostly be Elven Defenders that I want, because that should be the DPS set. Okay, so anyway, as far as the stream and series, the Angle of Mitheithel prep, I hope you all are enjoying it and do enjoy it. I know it's a little bit different content than what I was doing for a while, but it is nice to get back to low level stuff in LOTRO, and it's just a yeah, nice thing to motivate me to actually get back for a character. And I completely forgot about my champion, to be honest. I even thought about re-leveling a Guardian and maybe even re-leveling a Runekeeper to do one of those classes, but so far I'm like, I feel like I'm 80% going to do the Guardian right now. Or not the Guardian, 80% going to do the champion, although logging into the Guardian. Oh, Guardian's fun. But I'll probably keep it as the champion. Minstrel would be the next contender. I could maybe log on my Minstrel, see how that is, and do like a test to see if I prefer it. But they're both fun classes in general. Oh yeah, LOTRO definitely has tons of story retro. So there we go. Some new armor for my champion, whose name is Luian. Unfortunately, you cannot have a whole bunch of vowels in a row in your character name, so I could not do L-O-U-I-N, L-O-U-I-O-N to actually have it like champion, but minor details. Are there 6 of these? I only mailed 5 things, didn't I? Did I forget the leggings? I believe I forgot the leggings. Yes, my champion would like some pants. Empty my inventory. This is actually a somewhat comfortable inventory. I have a whole bunch of fancy dyes. I have no idea what from. Is that one of those things where you just randomly got dyes for something? That's sort of like ringing a bell. Ooh, level squish. Uh-oh. So honestly, it's interesting to think about a level squish in LOTRO. This is something that's another thing I've been meaning to make a video on. Basically, does LOTRO need a level squish? I think there are some strong arguments from the MMO perspective of things that a level squish would be very nice, especially with how many levels there are. There are 140 levels, and that's for a lot of people quite intimidating, daunting to have to get that many levels to like catch up to other people. This is my weaponsmith, my burglar, my unplayed burglar. But there are a lot of problems that can be created with a level squish. And I think if they ever did a level squish I think the epic quests, volumes 1 through 4, that follow the books, the Lord of the Rings book, I think that would have to still be a major focus. Oh, let's care. Oh my. Oh, these are level 28. That's kind of close to my champion. I could just send those 2 axes and call it a day. I might do that. Okay, my champion can wait a couple levels to get new weapons. So I will send these to my champion. There we go. Free inventory cleaning. Do I have any level 30 weapons that just happen to be ready to go? Oh wow, that's a nice necklace. Okay, we'll send that to him too. Bracelets, those might also be an upgrade. I don't know, but if I have this random stuff, I might as well send it to him. Yeah, this stuff. I don't, oh yeah, I randomly went into, I don't remember why, but I randomly went into Garth Garwin with somebody. I don't remember exactly why anymore. There's a 28 two-handed axe that is bound to account. Oh, I can see if that's useful. Usually those aren't good weapons, but I mean, it's level 28 and bound to account. Those are really bad. Pieces of jewelry. There's a 28 one-handed weapon with some stats. Could be an offhand option. Finding all sorts of gems on this character. Oh, I have level 45 axes. Those are a little bit much though. I have a level 38 dagger randomly. I don't know why. Oh, the stuff is so random it kind of bothers me. Yeah. I could definitely see these inventories giving a stat tome. I'd probably rather that for my guardian, or even for my warden. It's like so minor, but if I have it and it's bound to account, I'd rather give it to somebody that could actually make use of it. Okay, there we go. Let's see what this character could craft just so I can know. I could make a couple axes or something. I wouldn't mind being an elf champion with dual-wielding axes. Oh, I still need a universal crit thing. I might have some of those on my warden. Okay, I have to check that now. I've gone... Ooh, it could be in my shared storage as well. I don't know. Champion-like leveling system. I have honestly no idea. Oops, wrong one. I have no idea what champion leveling system is. Okay, shared storage we are looking for. Yes, universal optional. Okay. Okay, just to get this character oriented, I'm going to send her back to the Ken house so I can get some more ingredient packs, make sure I keep up on those. Akin, good night to you as well, and thank you for joining the stream. I really am almost wrapping up here. Just going to craft these 2 weapons so I know I have them and have them ready for the champion. Are these one-time use? Oh, those are one-time use. I do not have... Ooh, can champions use maces? They can use daggers, I know. I don't know if champions can use maces. I have an almost full inventory. I have like 5 slots left. Champions, they can use, yes, they can use one-handed maces. I would probably change the mace to something like a sword cosmetically because I do not like the look of maces. This one is no exception to that, but yeah. Oh, I also could make, oh man, this is so much, but okay, we'll use universal. I'll guarantee my crit, and we want probably of combat. What's the other one? Vitality. That's 18 vitality, 118 morale. That's like, honestly, that's like 200-ish morale versus 200 crit, 21 might, 60 physical. It really is a somewhat tough decision, but I'll get the crit one even if that is tiny. Okay, there we go, 1 done. And then we have, that's going to be agility and something. Tactics, fate, power, and crit. Ooh. Fate, power, and crit versus agility and morale and crit. Okay, we'll get morale. This will also increase my crit, the agility will, tiny bit. On the bright side. Yeah, that is almost backwards, Neil. What you're talking about, how a lot of the good armor and items are from raids and cosmetics and the such, and then solo has traits and buffs. Okay, so we got that done. I am actually interested in making me a bow. If I'm going to actually kit this character out, I will do it properly. Hey, we will log on to a warden today. And I thought I could stream without playing a warden. Okay, so the description of the champion system. We have level 50. After the max level at level 50, you get a small bonus to a specific stat or like background thing. Every like champion point up to like level 3600. I'm not sure. That would be... I don't know. I would have to see how that would like work out, I guess. Oh yeah, we were running, we were running Kidzil Kala, but I'm at like the outer, that's weird. I'm at the outer graveyard for that. Even though we were in the instance Kidzil Kala. Okay, so what I wanted to make on this character would be ranged weapon guild. I could also make a champion horn, a U-horn. I think that is actually an AoE stun. That is like the Horn of Gondor consumable version. If I had solid U boards, I would honestly craft that. Okay, so champion would probably want of those two. I would pick the... Let's see all the options we have first, and then I will pick one of them. I would want, if I could get a bow, I think I would end up rathering a bow. Let's see, 399 crit. I would rather the crossbow of precision out of all of those. So I will also take this character to the kin. House? No, I have to go to like Galtrav or something. What's more convenient? A Skeleton? Free-to-play max level is 140, so technically a free-to-play player can get to the level cap. There's no limit on that. But what matters more in LOTRO is content that you have unlocked. So currently, a free-to-play player only has content up to about level 30-ish unlocked for free. And after that, you can like just grind enemies, or you have a couple skirmishes, you could farm those on repeat. You could grind your way without quests to the level cap, or again repeat the instances you have available. But for the quest packs to quest and zones and do more normal leveling, you'll have to pay after level 30. As a free-to-play player, I believe you are technically able to get your legendary, but I'm not 100% sure. I believe the epic quests, which is what how you get the legendary weapon, I believe those epic quests are free. And that is true, I believe, up until Helm's Deep, kind of randomly, they made the epic quest not free. I think partially because you have to get the epic battles or something like that. I'm a little bit less 100% sure on that one. Oh, why did I need to go to my vault? I could have just gone to the kin house. Oh well. But yeah, the problem would be more so getting to the level. Yeah, when there were a couple times recently, one in 2020 and one in 2021, when they had a coupon code to get all the quest packs in the game for free, which is a big help for free-to-play players, and yeah, just a big help to get a lot of content for free. Even for me, like if I wasn't VIP and dropped VIP, I would still have all those quest packs and be able to quest and do a lot of the stuff, content at least, that I do. Okay, so we got the crossbow, but the other thing I want to make was go ahead and make some new horns. Since apparently I don't get Horn of Gondor until like really high level. So I was going to see if I had U-wood, and preferably already processed U-wood. Does not look like it, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Just thought I'd make those if I had some. Oh yeah, here's the Tome of Might. Looks like I'm already ready for Tome of Might too. Alright, so what matters is how this stat changes. I'm at 133.6% physical mastery, and a single Tome of Might for 2 will give me... Wait, did that actually go up 0.1%? That is a lot more effective than I thought it was, if that is the case. Let's see, that would be in passive might, rank 2. I get a total of 33 might for that. That's very little might, but that's actually better than I thought it was, to be honest. Can free-to-play fight a Balrog? Let's see. All the raids where there is a Balrog, I believe, would be locked behind content you have to purchase in some form or another that I am at least immediately thinking of. Scholar's Pointed Bookshelf. I have no idea where I got that recipe from, but apparently I have it. Anyway, was that it? Did I finish all the crafting that's now taken probably like half an hour? For the single champion? I mean, I could go on the Guardian and go ahead and craft the 30 teal set. Just so I have it. That'll be the real last thing I do this stream. Yeah, there's the Rift, which you would have to buy Angmar quest pack. I believe that would include the Rift. Let's see, what else is there? There's also the new one, Blood of Azog, that raid. The Fall of Khazad-dûm has a Balrog. The Inadwaith raid has a Balrog. I believe during the Moria book quest or something you get to see Durin's Bane at some point, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Where are we going on? Guardian? Okay, so you can run away from a Balrog in one of the instances in Moria. Do I remember that? I know in the Fall of Khazad-dûm raid, there is running away from a Balrog. Okay, just so I have everything done, I'll go ahead and make the Heavy Armor Guild. And, ooh, could he use? No, he probably has crafting tools. We're going to use universal ingredient packs, and we're going to probably make Elven on all this. I don't think there's any situation where I'd want something other than Elvens at this point, so I'll just go to Elvens and make sure it's okay looking and make it. Okay, so as I really do, for real, this time wrap up the stream. Again, with the whole series, I hope you all are enjoying it and will enjoy it. Hopefully I can stick to one character, the champion. I'm really kidding him up, so that's some extra motivation, say, to keep him going. And I'm excited to do North Downs. So, with all that said, looking towards the future, I do plan to have a video tomorrow. It will be a premiere style. I'm planning on having it. I should be available so I can actually be on it at 11 a.m. Central Time, so 12 p.m. So 12 p.m. noon Eastern Time, essentially. And otherwise, that is all I currently have in the lineup. I recorded a video of this already, and I'm like 60% decided that I'm actually going to take the time to edit a video, but it's of a different game, completely different game, one that I don't think I've ever even talked about. So that might be coming in the future. The time for the premiere, it should show up on my channel. I'll try to actually schedule it tonight. It is going to be at 11 a.m. Central Time. 12 o'clock noon / LOTRO server time, Eastern Time. I feel like I said way too many words there for what I was trying to say. Who am I logging on? Okay, Louis and the champion. So yeah, that is coming up. Otherwise, stream content will probably continue to focus on getting this character leveled up. 11 a.m. Central Time. And I forgot that I actually wanted to do one little extra thing. I need to find a nice clip from that video. Or split up a whole bunch of little clips from that video. Ooh, this character's inventory is too full to collect all my new shiny stuff. Oh well, it'll have to wait. That'll build up the excitement for next time y'all get to see me clean my inventory again and get all my mail. Hello, Blue Abyss. Unfortunately, it is time to wrap up the stream. But it's a little moment. If you caught it, hopefully you can enjoy that. Anyway, as far as the stream goes, I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I am looking forward to getting back to this character, so hopefully I can stream a bit more frequently towards the start of February and towards the middle of February when the update actually comes out. And as far as the stream goes, if y'all did enjoy it, please consider liking and subscribing for more, or becoming a channel member to support the content and this cat. And thanks for joining, chatting, and watching, everyone.